My name is Leslie Nii Adote Addo, and I'm a national badminton player and currently a student of the University of Ghana, studying business administration in level 200. I got into badminton when I was in SS2, but previously I was playing sports like hockey and my personal favorite, tennis, in which I had already won 2 gold medals and 1 bronze in. So badminton brought me an opportunity to play in the national team because I played the inter-school and I was performing. But prior to that, we had a sports background in which my dad used to take us to the hockey pitch all the time and sometimes the tennis courts for us to train. So, because he believed or had a dream that one day sports would take us to places.
So I think I was one. One time I was on a court, and a group of kids came to the court, and Leslie and his brother was part. So I started training them all, But as time goes on, he happens to be the one to pick up faster than the rest. Yeah. So I started to pay more attention to him, and the focus was on him. So from time to time, I started training. I started organizing some internal tournament, and he happens to be the one winning.
So I come from Kolegono in Accra. And where I'm from, boys like me don't really have a lot of choices and a lot of chances to life. So my dad saw the opportunity, putting us into sports would take us off the streets and help us avoid bad company. So I would probably say sports and badminton, sports in general, through badminton has really changed my life, taking me off the streets and putting me in this position as I am right now. So why badminton? Badminton gave me the opportunity to explore more, travel out. Back in SS2, I had the opportunity to join the national team through invitation, and I honored it. And there I started getting the interest. But before that, when I was in Form 1, we went for the inter school, and I saw people playing badminton. And as a tennis player, I was like, oh, I can play this because I already have a tennis background. Then I started training and started coming to the stadium to train. So the following inter school, I took my school and we took first position, and that brought the love for the game. And since then, it's all been badminton and badminton and badminton.
I mean, on his bad days, he plays, I think second position. So about 2 years down the line, I was there, and he came to me, and he was like, he wants to add badminton to it. And as a coach, I don't limit my players. I always want them to explore. So I mean, I told him, okay, fine, yeah, let's go. Let's see how it goes. And I think he made me understood that the father also plays badminton. So I was like, okay, fine, then let's give it a try. Then boom, it started from there.
My personal favorite person is Victor Axelsen. He's currently ranked number 2 in the world, but has the record for the longest reign at the number 1 position, which is 5 years in a row. He's a two-time Olympic champion and a bronze medal in the Olympics. He has a lot of achievements, and I started supporting him since day one. Ever since I saw him play in the World Championships, I was like, I really want to play like him. So I've always been looking up to him, his skills, his abilities, his mindset. It's like a lion never gives up. Although he's under pressure, he's tensed, he's still composed and keeps his head high for the gold.
The pace in which he's going in badminton, it's very wonderful. Yeah, and I'm very proud of him.
I said, I quite remember I made a promise to myself to one day be my country's best and also be part of the top players in Africa and the world. So, years to come, I want to become an Olympic champion. I want to qualify for the Los Angeles 2028. I want to go for the World Championships. I have to become the African champion. If not this year, the following year. I have to dominate Africa and I have to dominate the world because there hasn't been any black or African, no African has ever gotten to the top 50 in terms of the main singles or the top top 10 in terms of the mixed doubles or the doubles event in the world before, and I want to make history. I made history by becoming the African number three. That's the first Ghanaian to ever become the African number three in under 19. And we are not stopping there. We will still keep pushing. So what I see myself is becoming like Victor Axelsen, like dominates the world of badminton. Okay, so mine is passion. I'm wildly in love with badminton, but I also want to inspire because looking at where I'm from and what I've gotten to, all odds were against me. I can't remember when I started playing badminton. From a tennis background, people were like, "Oh, this boy can't play." The justifier was so bad, and people were laughing at me and stuff. And I wrote my name behind my jersey, and the initials of my name sounded Ladu when they spelled, and the boys were laughing at me. Then they gave me that name, and I told them, "We want to celebrate this name," and thank God, they are now celebrating the name called Ladu in badminton. We are in African badminton. So my motivation is to help people, inspire people, because nothing is impossible. Nobody ever thought that I would also make it to the University of Ghana. I'll go to school at all, and here I am. Nobody ever dreamt or thought that I could also reach this African stage, and even winning two gold medals and one bronze in Senegal in the African Championships, and a lot of things. Nobody thought or dreamt that this was all possible. So making the impossible possible is my dream. That's my motivation. That I want to help others. Although I never got that help, but I feel like everybody deserves a chance no matter where you're from. So that's what keeps me going to inspire. So I can't remember in 2021, that was last 2023, that was last I was supposed to go for the World Junior Championship. And we had to look for funds. And going back and forth with my dad, that's when I went back to my tennis coach, Mr. Robert Inkum, and he introduced me to Managing Africa and told them my story. And they were so open and willing to support my dream. So they helped fund my tournaments and also took me to Nigeria. That was my first um, tournament for like that was my first tournament that I had played in a while, apart from the Benin International. So they took me to Lagos. I was part of the senior team. In Lagos, I managed to get to the quarterfinals. Although with lack of experience and stuff, playing against the Asians was very difficult, but I managed to get somewhere. So I was supposed to go for the World Junior Championships in Spokane, US, but it didn't come up for me due to one or two technical reasons. But I didn't give up. The Magician, of course, supported my training, made sure I went into camping for 3 months to qualify for the African Games during the Justify. And lo and behold, I qualified for the African Games. And before the African Games, they supported me with my equipment and lots of training stuff to keep me in shape. And I also played my heart out in the men doubles. I got to the quarterfinals of the African Games. And fast forward, they keep sponsoring my tournaments, fees, and they keep sponsoring me as a student also, both on and off the courts. Anytime I need help, and I go to Imagination Africa, they're always there to support me. And we plan on finishing this year as African number one, but due to one or two reasons, it wasn't possible. But I still keep the fire burning. If I'm not able to finish as African number one, then I'm 19. Next year, I'm going to finish the year as African number one, the seniors. Thank you so much, Managing Africa, for taking someone like me from the streets, making me into a national champion. Thank you. Since I'm a student, I train mostly in the mornings for 2 hours. That's 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. if I have ATM classes. And um, due to my classes being so tight, I always have to be consistent in training the evenings. That's using the evening sections more effectively. So mostly in the evenings, I come around 6 p.m. and close around 9 p.m. Always. That's from Mondays to Saturdays. Sundays, I don't train. I go for aquatic exercise at the University of Ghana. So it's meant to relax me for the next trainings or practices ahead. So my achievements in badminton in 2023, sorry, became the juniors number one in badminton. And following my senior player, Kelvin Afos, who helped in my training, we tend to dominate Ghana. So he was the national captain for the Ghana badminton team, and I was the juniors captain. So this year I took the junior team to Senegal, in which we won 2 gold medals, 3 gold medals in all the events in the head badminton. I personally took bronze medal in the men doubles together with my teammate Jonathan Ankra in the under 19. That was the African Championships. And in the African Games, which Ghana hosted at the Botema Sports Complex, I got I it's my senior player Kelvin Afos and I were the only remaining Ghanaian badminton players that qualified to the round 16. And I together with Ebenezer Crampon, my doubles partner, qualified to the quarterfinals. But unfortunately, we couldn't guarantee Ghana his first medal. And but we keep pushing. And this year, currently I'm the top ranked player. After the African Games, I became the top ranked player in Ghana, and also in Africa as number 3 in Africa ever since March. I have been nominated for numerous awards, which is the UGS Sports Awards, and also UMB UMB Awards, and UGBS Awards too. And currently, I've been nominated for the Swag Awards for the Best Badminton Player of the Year.
Coming all the way from Polygonal, seeing all these social vices from time to time and striving through to make it to the top to be Ghana number one. It's not a joke. I mean, that's a great effort. I mean, putting in out there, yeah, I'm very proud. I mean, I feel like a dream come true, and we are still going. I mean, the aim is to, dominate. Over Africa. The message to my boy, Leslie, is that he should keep pushing. He should stay put. When you get to this level, a whole lot of should I say peer pressure and should I say bad advice and bad feelings and certain things come in, and if you don't take care, it will get into your head and you start sinking. So I will advise him to always remember where he's coming from, and stay focused. I'm very glad to be the one or the coach who started with him. And I think I groomed him well, as they say goes, that teach the child the way he should go, and when he or she grows, he or she will not depart from it. Yeah, so I pray that any other coach handling him now will also continue um, like how I started,
So I want to say a very big thank you to the Ghana Badminton Association, and also a personal thank you to Mr. Ivan Seboa, the president of the Ghana Badminton Association, for taking me in and grooming me to becoming who I am today. And also my coach, my tennis coach, Mr. Robert Inkum, and my badminton coaches, Mr. Moses Edu and Coach Moses. I'm forever grateful. Thank you, my parents. Thank you, my dad and my mom and my sister, RIP, for always being there. Even when she was sick, she still made it for my tournaments. And I know she's with God. And I want to say a very big thank you to Team Ladu for always being there, Ladu for good. And I'm forever grateful to Imagination Africa for helping somebody like me write a new story, and a beautiful one at fact. We still move. Ladu for good. Thank you.